There are specific things that help us dig deep. It motivates us. It lets us know that we have more to give, right? And I'm not trying to say anything cliche or be all rah and shit. You can do it. You know, you're special. You're number one. You know, say it in the mirror, whatever it may be, whether it's audio, visual, kinesthetic, meaning you have to feel it, you know, like literally hands on it, whatever it may be, find that thing. And when you find that thing that actually pushes you and opens up your eyes to a whole nother level of operation and moving, to enable you to navigate through the terrains of life and all the bullshit that we take usually, and will create an emotion or a reaction to it that ultimately becomes an excuse. Because if you find something that pushes you, what you'll find is deep at the root of it all is gratitude. Yeah, gratitude. Anything that you are successful at, anything that you have achieved at, really started with the root of appreciation, gratitude, right? So you were happy to get a job, so you worked hard, right? Or you were happy to get a gift, so you worked hard in showing your appreciation. Does that make sense? So in other words, appreciate the opportunities in front of you and literally don't take it for granted, because what happens is when you forget to appreciate things, you lose it. And then you appreciate it afterwards, right? So for example, like all the success that I have right now, it all started from appreciation of how I grew up, right? So for those of you who've been following me, I didn't have a traditional upbringing, right? Like my mom passed away when I was a year old. My dad, he was a playboy, so he was always partying and moving around. In other words, he didn't have time to raise me. And so what he did was he passed me to my mom's brother, and my uncle, his family raised me. But in the interim, I was being passed around. So long story short, I'm not, asking for any sympathy or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, if it weren't for my appreciation and gratitude for the people who really stuck with me, and you might be like, well, yeah, D, I don't got no support. It's hard, shit's rough. I promise you, you got support. You either got support from your boy, D, virtually. You probably got support from family, but you don't realize it yet. Because I didn't recognize it for a very long time. I was constantly getting kicked out. I was constantly getting in trouble because I was upset. I was mad, right? I was upset that I was living in places that I was not supposed to be living at. And everything was always like, hey, you should move back with your dad, or hey, you're going to get kicked out. And I was always constantly on edge. So I was very mad at that. But now looking back, what allowed me to have the momentum and actually reach for success was simply being grateful for having the support and finding the silver lining in the things. Because a lot of people will come from that background, and then the bitch voice in their head, remember I talked about bitch voice in the previous episode, is going to help you justify why you don't climb. It's going to help you justify like why you're still 42 years old and you're still dressing like a gangbang, or you're still a gangbang, right? like you're not going anywhere. Instead, have gratitude for the pieces in front of you, because those pieces become steps. And when you use those steps to climb towards a direction that kind of removes all of those hassles, all those problems, all those issues, I think you could really, take advantage of the opportunity. Because if I didn't have the gratitude for even the little support that I had, and it wasn't traditional support, I would be a statistic. So I would literally probably be on government support. I wouldn't push myself as much as I have. So I think that, my upbringing was actually my advantage over most of society.